You, what's good? What's going on? And welcome back to another video. It's day 81. It's the day after day 80, which is day 81, man, of my NoFap journey, man. Journey to, of course, 199 pounds, 6 figure income, all that other good shit. But like, this NoFap shit, man. So what? So what happened on day 81? Nothing in particular. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've been going through a lot. Like, it is what it is, right? And just getting through everything. I'm gonna say, with all that plus hitting day 80 and just being damn proud of myself. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I woke up this morning just like I was just hyped. I just felt like this little ass kid. And, you know, I was just excited, yo. Like, I was just, yeah, like I just woke up in a damn good mood. Not saying I don't normally wake up in a good mood, but it was just hitting day 80, you know, crying and shit in the video and everything else, but just but just knowing how much of what I've grown into, you know, of just overall self-awareness and everything else. It was like, yo, like, that's what's up. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't feel like I've made it, because I understand when it comes to growth, that's never ending. Like, growth is never fucking ending. You feel me? Now, going back to a comment that I saw earlier, and it really like, okay, the comment specifically was just about traumas and things like that. Bradley, he was the one that posted it, and you know, I'm gonna be honest, it's not easy. Growth, it's not easy, especially when you have to get to the absolute core. All right, and that's essentially where I had to go to get to where I am, and it wasn't easy because I had to face shit that I haven't faced since I was little. And when you don't do that, when you don't face things, and truth is, and it's hard because when you're younger and you face a lot of different traumas, unfortunately, the people around us, they don't know how to handle the traumas because they haven't dealt with their own traumas. So what do they teach you? Coping mechanisms. They teach you how to cope. They teach you how to just stop being a bitch, stop being a pussy, stop whatever. They teach you how to dismiss shit. But when you do that, now with all the shit you haven't faced, now you live in this reality to try to protect that pure-hearted child that's in all of us. And you establish your life through this identity that you've more or less learned. It's not authentic to who you are. And then we end up living a shitstorm of a life, trying to figure shit out, because we're trying to figure it out not as our authentic and true selves. We're trying to figure it out as the version of us that we're taught. You see what I'm saying? Like, in this whole journey, like, yo, I had to dig really deep. Extremely deep. Like, went to really, really dark places. Like, I see why going that deep, it doesn't end well for a lot of people. I see how it breaks, like literally, I see how it crumbles you. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying just as people, like I get it. came close a couple times. I see people like, you know what? I'd rather not face this ever again. It's a wrap. I see how it can get to that point. I don't ever want it to get to that point for anybody. You feel me? Because on the other side of that, there's true peace and understanding. And like literally on the other side of that, there's a better understanding of purpose. You know? And it's just like, yeah, like I said, I know for myself, like I said, I had to dig extremely deep and just deal with shit that I've avoided my whole life. But if you haven't realized yet, you'll establish patterns and you always get the same outcome. Doesn't matter how hard you try to avoid it, the same shit always ends up happening to whatever degree that is. Whether you always manage to work a job and only keep a job for 6 months to a year, whether you manage to only keep a relationship for 6 months to a year or 2 years, or even if each relationship lasted longer and longer, the person leaves kind of under the same reasons and pretenses. It's like just whatever it is in life, you'll notice, like if you really think about it, you'll notice the same exact patterns. And once you stop blaming outside reasons and outside sources and just look within, you'll realize like, damn, there's the common denominator here, you know? And yeah, like I said, you have to be okay with your feelings and your emotions and understand that a lot of shit's gonna come up. You know, you gotta understand, no matter how old you are, you are going to cry hard, heavy, snot coming down your nose. I mean, and like, it's coming from deep down. Trust me, you're gonna feel a lot of shit. Like, you gonna be just, I'm talking boo-hooing, okay? Like, trust me. And it's very uncomfortable. Because, especially with men, when it comes to just being vulnerable and crying and just showing emotion, like, we treat it like a leak. You know, it's like, as soon as it happens, shut it off. Nope, turn it off. Nope, I'm good. Now all this pressure is building up in the pipe before that shit eventually bursts the fuck open. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, yeah, man, you have to get okay. You have to get okay with feeling feelings. Because the more you avoid feeling anything, you will be put in a position to where you got to feel everything. And usually that position is very painful. It comes through a very painful experience. And it's going to keep happening to you over and over and over. You know? So, yeah, man. I had to dig very deep. This journey of NoFap and just learning more about my energies, and, you know, I'm kind of tapping into, you know, my chakras, you know, my root chakra and everything else. So I'm kind of working on that. But just through overall meditation, prayer, you know, I mean, and the truth is, and a lot of times it's just me just in a quiet space, just talking and thinking, you know, positivity, and just, you know, asking the universe or God, you know, for clarity on things, you know, without being driven mad over, you know, just bullshit, you know. That I understand that what's in front of me is more of just a challenge than seeing that, oh God, oh, this is brought here to ruin my life, man. Like, nah. That's all that. That's the old shit. That's my old response to things. You know, to allow me to be a better observer of things. You know, I'm dealing with some shit, you know, some shit from just like, whoa, okay. Oh, okay. That's what that is. Okay, great. And I'm not as reactionary to shit, you know, like that you get to just feel, you know, and it's such a peaceful way of being, you know, and from what I've learned, it's hard to establish that when such a potent form of your energy is just being released into, you know, socks and napkins, and, you know, and just overall just that energy itself, you know. And yeah, don't get me wrong, like, motherfuckers think it's a hoax, they think it's bullshit, whatever. Hey, if it's a placebo, hey, guess what, I love it. I don't care, I fucking love it. And I'll tell everybody else, yo, take this placebo, bro. This shit works wonders. You know what I mean? But it's crazy because, at least for me, I've learned what else, you know, at least I have a better understanding as far as just what I've become aware to, you know, what NoFap has done, how NoFap helps, you know, with other areas. But, you know, you gotta really just take the time to handle it little by little, one by one. You know, don't jump into it like, okay, all, because it's a lot of layers, man. It's a lot of layers. That's why I said every single time you reach that new step. You know, Shrek says all the time, you know, ogres have layers. Yo, that's some real shit. That is some real shit, because from our childhood traumas and every trauma we experienced since then, it's established more and more of just our false sense of self. But it's a survival mechanism. It's how we protect ourselves, and that's okay. Like, you're not wrong. But if you really look at your life and notice just a particular pattern of something that just keeps happening, and it's the same shit every time, yo, you gotta start digging deep. You gotta start digging deep. But all I can say is it's not gonna be easy. Because trust me, you're essentially, as you hit each layer, right? So as you grow, your growth is going to eliminate another layer of just awareness and pain and suffering. And you might even experience new pains and new sufferings along the way, because as you tear apart this old onion of yourself, you're actually growing a new one. You know? But eventually, as you get to your higher self, you're able to dig deeper and deeper to where, yeah, you got to crumble up that last little bit. And now this new version of yourself, this is who you are. This is you getting back to who you are. And like I said, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's just not. Now, to NoFap, is that easy? Yes. But when you really, really think about it, when and why do we even fap? Most of the time it's because we're feeling down about ourselves. Most of the time it's because, you know, something happened. It's like, hey, you know, I just gotta take my mind off of that. Let me go ahead and do this. It's a drug. It's a coping mechanism. You know, it's like you're feeling negative about something, so let me go do this. Or it's, hey, you know what? I don't want to feel whatever this negative emotion is, so let me go ahead and do this. Like, yo, just experience the emotion. Cry, get upset, get angry. Just don't do nothing. Like, don't act while in that emotion. Just give yourself that space, that time. You know, there's people in my life, they tell me all the time, yo, don't be so hard on yourself. And that's the realest shit ever. Don't be hard on yourself. The main thing that a lot of us men do, we beat ourselves up. For what? For what? Build yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Build yourself up. Just build yourself up. Like, damn, my stomach growling. That shit was loud as fuck. But yeah, man, like I said, like it's hard. It's not easy, and it's damn sure not instantaneous. You know, like, you have to give yourself some grace on this one. Be patient with yourself, man. And this is for everybody. Like I'm not just talking to Bradley. I'm literally talking to everybody. Like, you have to give yourself some grace on this. If you really want to push through, and you truly, truly want life to just improve and get better and get to really manifest and live your dreams and your goals, like, yo, like, give yourself some grace. be patient with yourself. Push yourself, of course. You know? But like I said, the process ain't gonna be easy. You're gonna be sitting here like, why the fuck am I even doing this shit? You know, because like I said, every time you level up, trust me, first couple layers are gonna be easy. Layer 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is like, yo, I don't know if I even want to do this. It's just easier just to go back to life when I was just comfortable. You know what? Yeah, you know, I know what to do now. I'll be all right. It's okay. Nah, you gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep going. You have to. Like, it's too easy just to go back to how you were living. And don't get me wrong, it was plenty of times I got curious. I'm like, yo, I mean, I did 30 days. I should probably just fap, like, just to see what it feel like. And it was funny when I later on thought about it. I'm like, yeah, that's fucking stupid. And I said that shit several times throughout this whole journey. Like, there were plenty of times I wanted to just go ahead and do it just so I can see if the effects of how it used to affect me were real versus the improvements and changes that I've been seeing and feeling. You see what I'm saying? But like, yo, like, that's stupid to do that. It's like being a crackhead. It's like, well, I've been sober for, 2 months. I could smoke a little bit of crack just to see if crack really got me fucked up. No, it does got you fucked up, bro. Like, the fuck? The fuck I look like going back, having a little bit of crack just because I'm now sober? Nah, bro. Nah. Nah. Like, I'm not gonna go back just because, and man, but yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to get too off track. But just long story short, you can get through this, and you will get through it. I just truly want to set the expectation that it's not easy, and you will have to go to a really deep place to process these traumas and emotions the right way. And in doing so, when I say don't be so hard on yourself, it's because you will get to a point of self-blame, self-pity. Because whatever you've gone through, you will feel that you could have, should have done something differently in those moments. Or that you knew better and that you didn't say something to prevent whatever happened. And that's why I said, don't be so hard on yourself. You have to dig deep and establish a very tremendous amount of forgiveness for you. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and learn to trust yourself again. And all of that is attached to just loving yourself. It is a process. It is a process. And like I said, and I say it all the time, I don't know if this has anything to do with NoFap. I'm just simply saying, for me, while being on this journey, this is all of what I've gone through. And it's brought me to just today. Like, I'm in such a different space, and it's a very beautiful space. You know what I mean? Like, I love the space that I'm in. And I'm gonna protect it at all costs. At all costs. But you have to literally take this one day at a time. Take it one day at a time. And truth is, if you feel like you keep relapsing, it's because there's a layer that you're not getting to yet. It's a layer there's something there that you just keep avoiding. You get close and then you avoid it. Just think about that. And like I said, just give yourself some grace that when you're really ready to face it and push through, you'll be alright. Because also you got people like me here. You feel me? Like, trust me, there's so much shit that, of course, I'm not going to talk about on the channel, but But just understand, like, if you need help, I got you. Hit me up on Instagram. I mean, I'm sure you guys can find me on Facebook or whatever. Like, shit, might even exchange numbers. Who knows? You know, but it takes time. Like, this is a process. But more importantly, because I love it so much, this is more or less the lifestyle now. You feel me? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm not gonna, have sex or whatever. But it's just, at least as far as porn and masturbation, no, that's it's off the menu forever, forever ever. All right, but yeah, man. It's been 20 minutes. Got some weird shit on my finger, but it's alright. So I'm gonna get it off. Yeah. So yeah, man. Listen, we will do it again tomorrow, for sure. For day 82. We like this close to day 90. We like this close, y'all. So yeah, man. Definitely just take your time and just push through. All right. Either way, I love y'all. It's a wrap. I'm gonna end the video, and we'll do it again tomorrow. All right. Later.